Welcome back to the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire special demo version. Last time, we basically cleared the introductory mission of the demo, and this time we'll be heading into possibly the slightly more boring part of the demo, but don't worry, I'll be sure to point out all of these secrets, well, hidden details within the demo. I kind of intend to do that. So let's start this up, and we will immediately be brought back to Moss Deep City. And yes, at this point, Stephen will keep track of the number of meetings you've had, so this is our second meeting. And because this is the second time, we now have some new Pokemon, which I'm going to check out in a moment. And then this is how every instance of the demo from now on will begin. You can talk to Stephen to head out on an adventure. Now, before we do that though, I think we should check out some of our new Pokemon. If you check the bottom screen here, you'll see we have Flugelhorn here, who we caught in the previous mission of the demo. And we also have Blaziken and Swampert in addition to Sceptile. So that's pretty cool. So, the Glalie that you catch here, here it's holding a Glalie-ite. It always will, and it's level 40, as it always is. It has the moveset Ice Fang, Headbutt, Protect, and Frost Breath. Now, Headbutt is actually the most interesting thing here, strange as it seems. I'll show that once we actually get into a battle. If we check over here, though, we can actually check the contest stats of these moves. And here's something I'm quite interested in. I was a pretty massive fan of 3rd generation contests, and I really hated what 4th gen did to them. But if we check these out, actually the description's up on the top screen. Well, this is annoying. Yeah, Ice Fang is apparently cool, and is quite an appealing move. Now, those of you who played the original games might recognize this effect as the exact same as the one that was called in the original a highly appealing move. Headbutt, wait a minute. Okay, so Headbutt's the exact same thing, but for tough. Okay, that kind of is interesting. Protect prevents the user from being startled one time this turn. Now, I believe this is the exact same effect as it had in the original game. Now, Frost Breath is actually somewhat interesting. It's listed here as a beauty move, but its effect says makes the audience quickly grow bored when an appeal move has little effect. This is a completely new contest effect that was not in the original game, so it looks like things have been expanded. Also, Frost Breath was a move introduced in Gen 5, and it has the Beauty contest typing like most ice moves. Which is a very good thing, because it seems like that means they've finally got their act together when it comes to making the contest typings of moves introduced in later generations than 3. I mean, seriously, some of the contest typings of moves in Gen 4 were just completely stupid. Like, close combat being smarts. That makes 0 sense. Or Brave Bird being cute. Serious? What? Anyway, it looks like they're finally getting their act together. If we go back to Sceptile here, you'll see that Leaf Blade, Aerial Ace are cool. Kind of like I believe they were in the original game. And jumping back and forth between these screens is really annoying, but Aerial Ace works great if the user goes first in this turn, which is an effect that did exist in the original game. So all evidence points to contests working similarly to how they worked in the original games, which to me is a massive plus. Again, I love 3rd gen contests. I spent a lot of time doing them because there was actual strategy involved in the appeals round, and 4th gen contests kind of threw that all out the window. But yes, let's just hope things aren't like they were in 4th gen. Anyway, so this is Sceptile's contest moveset. And I guess I should actually just show the other Pokemon individually before. Actually, first though, I'm going to go ahead and check my Glalie's nature, which is Naughty. That's plus attack minus special defense. It's not that bad. It's kind of okay with, I mean, Glalie's stats are all equally bad, so, I mean, equally average meh in everything, but I guess this nature's kind of okay for our purposes, mainly because of Headbutt. Again, you'll be seeing that later. But we also have Sceptile here. Sceptile is pretty much the same as it used to be, except, and this is kind of weird, remember what I was saying about that I felt for sure that they had a neutral nature? Well, it seems like Sceptile's nature has changed to a neutral nature. This is very strange, and it says met at 36, so for all intents and purposes, this is actually a completely different Sceptile to the one we had in the first mission. So, yeah, that's a bit strange. So, its nature is randomized when you actually pick it in the first mission, but the Sceptile that you actually, well, the starters that you get in later missions seem to be fixed at neutral natures. Blaziken's serious and Swampert is docile. All of these are neutral natures. Speaking of Blaziken and Swampert, let's go check them out right now. So here are Blaziken's stats, and here is Blaziken itself. It's got Flamethrower, Double Kick, Slash, and Blast fail. But that's an alright moveset. You'd probably want a fighting move better than Double Kick, but it's okay for our purposes. Swampert, let me just check. Swampert here has Waterfall, Mud Bomb, Rock Slide, and Hydro Cannon. Not the best moveset out there for it, but it'll do. What can you really expect from a demo? Here's Swampert's stats, in case you're wondering. And also, Swampert's contest moves. So, yeah, from looks of things, Waterfall, Tough, Rock Slide, yeah, Hydro Cannon, Beautiful. I guess they all make sense. So, anyway, those are the new Pokemon that we have, and you might have also noticed that all of them are holding their Mega Stones. This means that we have 4 Pokemon in our party, all of them are capable of Mega Evolving. Remember that you can only have 1 Mega Evolution per battle. Now, normally this isn't such a big deal, but there is one specific battle in the demo where this might be an issue and you will have to choose which Pokemon Megas wisely. So then, with that all out of the way, we can explore Moss Deep. Yeah, so basically here, Kecleon is still there. But pay attention to that, because that might not be the case forever. Go over here, and the guys at the Pokemon are still there. You'll want to keep an eye on these guys, though, because something might change with them after you've played the demo for about 2 weeks. Yeah, use them as kind of your indication as to when conditions in the demo have changed. When the younger brother is gone, you know that new stuff is happening. But for now, new stuff is not happening. Or is it? If we go down here and check this beach, right, there's no one. Oh, right, okay, I guess they show up later. Well, I guess there's nothing much to do, but go on an adventure then. Yes, you can talk to Stephen from the side if you want to. Now, you can also click here to go check rewards. And at the moment, we only have Glalie. So, yeah, we can send Glalie over to our copy of the full game. Once again, we don't exactly know how to do that, considering the full game isn't even out yet, but anyway. And we can also do send to full game. Now, if we click, press, go on an adventure, whatever. Okay, now Stephen will give a 1-sentence description of your mission here. The missions in the demo are in fact completely randomized. Well, sort of. There's a specific set of missions that you get. There's a specific set of areas that you could go to, and a specific set of trainers that you could end up fighting. And the game will pick from any of these sets, and really, there's quite a lot of possible missions you could end up getting. Now, at this point, we're getting a Battle Trainers mission. So, basically, this is one I really wanted to show off, because it means that you're forced to battle all the trainers. We're flying Latias Airlines this time. Let's hope that they're, that the ride's a little smoother than Latios. Also, from the looks of things, it looks like we're landing somewhere in the sea, near Petalburg, and on the way to Dewford Town. Okay, so we got the cliff area this time. I think this is the first area I got when I first played the demo too. Oh, and I'm not sure if Stephen only says that the first time. Anyway, Glalie is at the front of our party, so I want to do that. And it looks like we have sailors this time. Interesting. But if you go here, though... Oh, I found a sailor. There's also wild Pokemon. It looks like this guy's seasick. So, let's do this. Looks like we're fighting sailors, and... Edmund. I don't remember this guy. Probably the coolest thing, in fact, just for me personally, though, of the demo, is the fact that if you're a really serious fan of the original Ruby and Sapphire, you might recognize the names of some of these trainers. Yes, all of the trainers that you fight in the demo were actually trainers in the original games, and some of them might actually make references to where they were in the original games. I really like this detail. It's just something that the people who played the original are going to notice. Unfortunately, I can't remember Edmund, but I know there's one of the sailors who I do remember here. But anyway, I promised that I'd show off Mega Glalie here. Well, I guess, water flying is alright, given that ice is neutral. Kind of wish I had something like Freeze Dry right about now. Freeze Dry would be amazing here. I don't know about you, but I sometimes mistake Frost Breath and Freeze Dry. Their animations look really similar. But anyway, I'm going to go Mega Evolution, and I'm going to Protect, just so I can show this thing's stats for a turn before I obliterate this Pelipper. So, once again, Trumpet Sound, Alpha Awakening! And here comes Mega Perpetually Mouth Opened with Bighorn. Mega Glalie is kind of weird. If you've seen Mega Glalie's Pokedex entry on the official website, it's actually really creepy. Apparently, Mega Glalie is completely incapable of closing its mouth. That is terrifying. Anyway, I mainly did this so that, like the Protecting, so I could show off Mega Glalie's stat. So if you look here and go to Pokemon, and we can check its stats right here. Its attack and special attack got a buff, its speed got somewhat of a buff, and its defenses stay the same. Not sure about its HP, I think its HP stayed the same. So, Mega Glalie, I believe, has like 120 base attack and special attack, 100 base speed, and the rest is still 80. Alright, but the main attraction to Mega Glalie is its ability, Refrigerate. Normal-type moves become Ice-type moves. Actually, the game isn't telling us everything there. Normal-type moves also get a 33% power boost, and this is before Stab is applied. So effectively, they get a 33% boost and then a 50% boost because they now get same-type attack bonus. This is actually insanely good. Now, previously, the only Pokemon with this ability was ORAS, which suffered from massive amount of weaknesses syndrome. Glalie is not the best Pokemon, however, it does have one particularly cool trick it can do with this. Explosion. Yeah, the best thing to happen to Glalie was being able to suicide itself. That's kind of really sad. But anyway, with Refrigerate, Explosion becomes an Ice-type move that's power almost reaches pre-nerf Explosion. As in, it gets to nearly 500 power. It's about 473-ish. Almost 500. But unlike a normal type explosion, nothing's immune to it, and some things are in fact weak to it. Just imagine hitting a Salamence or Garchomp with that. They're not getting up after that one. I wonder if this thing will become popular in doubles or triples. I mean, you are effectively sacrificing your Mega Slot on just a bomb, but it's kind of okay. But speaking of Refrigerate, there was something that I was mentioning. Remember how I said that Headbutt was the most interesting move in this Glalie's repertoire? Let's see this for a second. Headbutt gets the boost from Refrigerate, which puts it at a lot more power than it would normally be, giving it same type attack bonus and making it this Glalie's strongest move. Very nice. Please be sick somewhere else there, Mr. Sailor. Well, apparently he is still a sailor. And I guess I'm going to keep using Mega Glalie for this. Now, I'm going to set myself the restriction here. I will try and use only one Pokemon for each of these challenges, unless absolutely necessary. Now, these sailors actually have a pretty fast spotting range. I don't think this is the guy I remember, but he is mentioning Slateport. Is this guy the... Huey? Actually, I do recognize the name Sailor Huey. I get the feeling that he gave you his number, but I'm not sure. I vaguely recall a sailor in Gold and Silver named Huey as well. Some of the people kind of reuse their names. Yeah, I know that there's another sailor here who definitely, there was a sailor with the same name as him in Heart Gold and Silver. Well, Gold and Silver, actually. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can win this fight without Megaring, and of course I miss. 95% accuracy. Of course it lets you down every time. Thankfully, Glalie is pretty overpowered compared to all the Pokemon you're going to be facing in this demo, so it's not... yeah. Frost Breath always criticals. It got a power buff in Generation 6. However, critical hits did get a nerf, so it's kind of got both nerfed and buffed at the same time. Mainly, the use of this thing is to ignore defensive stat boosts on opponents, but it's still a pretty decent move in situations like this. And yes, we will be seeing a lot of Pelipers here. Oh yes, also, Ruby and Sapphire Train of Victory music. It kind of is it just me, or is every trainer in this demo giving out 1,200? Yeah, again, money is totally useless in this demo, but okay, I'm going to see if I can find a wild Pokemon here without running into the Sailor. Chimecho, okay. You were certainly much rarer in the original games. How many of you here went through pretty much all of Ruby and Sapphire without knowing that Chimecho existed until you looked up online guides? I know I did, and of course it was not worth it at all. I still don't know why Chimecho, of all things, was given a pre-evolution. Seriously. This thing has low enough stats that it could be a low evolution in its own right. Like, they should have given this thing an evolution at least. It was like the last thing that needed a pre-evolution. Wow, that's a lot of Chimechos. Speaking of which, you know what in my opinion does need a pre-evolution? Scyther. It just to me seems like the kind of Pokemon that does need a pre-evolution. I've had an idea for a Scyther pre-evolution ever since Gold and Silver, actually. It just, I mean, Scyther is so strong, it doesn't need to be the lowest form of an evolution line. It just would be kind of cool if it got a pre-evolution. But anyway, I digress. That's a lot of Chimechos that I'm seeing here. Now, sometimes something will happen in the grass here, but I might want to wait till another thing to do this because I think it's time we finish this part of the demo. Now, I believe this is the Sailor who I remember. I think. Ernest, yes, I do remember a Sailor named Ernest. There was actually a Sailor Ernest in Gold and Silver who gave him his number. I think there was also a Sailor Ernest in this game who, Ruby and Sapphire, who also gave him his number, so yeah. And this is one time where I don't want to Mega, because if I do Mega, everything I have will be not very effective against this Kavana. If I don't, Headbutt is still neutral. See what I tell you, Headbutt is really useful. And of course, Kavana goes down in one shot because it has paper-thin defenses. So that was pretty much it. Once we've defeated all the trainers, the mission will end immediately. We don't get a say in that. There's one particular type of mission I find really annoying in this regard, but with the trainers you can always put off fighting the last one until you really want to end the mission. And despite helping these people train themselves, their levels are not going to get any higher if we encounter them later in the demo. But we fly once again, Latias Airlines, and we can see Sotopoulos there. I think that building on the right is the Pokemon League. And we land back in Moss Deep. After a mission is over, Stephen will thank you for the help, and we are forced out of the demo. So, there ends adventure number 2. We also get this sequence again, but you can press start to skip it, which I am very, very thankful for. Okay, now we can find new people in Moss Deep City, so yeah, we'll show that off in the next mission. If we wait for it, oh, okay, it's going to save first, despite the fact that our Pokemon don't level up at all, actually. And after a while, we will arrive back at the title screen. There we go. So, I will see you for mission number 2. So this is our third meeting, and he just cuts right to the chase. But didn't they say there'd be some new faces in Moss Deep City? Let's check it out. The first place I like to check out is the beach here. There's a number of people who can show up here, and it looks like I got Team Aqua Grunts. Well, I guess that makes sense, being a criminal organisation, but I don't see why people don't call the police on them now. And I guess it makes sense for them to be meeting by the ocean. But yeah, there are some random Team Aqua grunts. They don't really say all that much, just hint at their boss, who will not be seen in the demo, but of course was in all the trailers, so we all know who he is. Now, sometimes there are people down here, but I don't think they're going to show up just yet. So, I think it's time we head to Steven and head out on another adventure. I'll try and fit several of these adventures into one part. First, though, I'm going to switch things around, and let's go ahead and try out Blaziken for this mission. Yeah, watch all the trainers end up being water types. So, let's head out on an adventure. Okay, now this is a lost thing mission. I say that because it's not always a child. This also has some fairly awkwardly translated dialogue. I'll point that out in a few moments. It's just an issue about translating Japanese to English that a lot of things have. But anyway, once again, this does look like the sea around a Dewford town, I'd say. Okay, it's this, the forest maze. Well, I use maze very loosely. Here's the line. A poor figure huddles lost and alone. If I find it first, I'll let you know. Yeah, you wouldn't really refer to a person like that, would you? Well, unfortunately, that's just a facet of Japanese. Japanese has a lot of not only gender-neutral pronouns, but pronouns that are ambiguous as to whether they refer to a person, an animal, or an inanimate object. It's always an issue in translating those. They don't often translate very well. Anyway, Aroma Ladies! This is actually very good for Blaziken. Now, I will actually point out when I see them, I absolutely love the new Aroma Lady artwork in this game. I love pretty much all the trainer artwork in this game. Yeah, I've actually seen the leak of the artwork, but Aroma Ladies in particular. Anyone who's played the original, or even if you haven't, go look up the sprite of the original Aroma Lady class from Ruby and Sapphire. This is pretty much a direct recreation of it, but just enhanced. It is just such a good nod to the original games. I just love this sprite, not sprite, artwork so much. But anyway, a Shroomish. Of course, Aroma Ladies prefer Grass type, which is bad for them because I have a Blaziken. Now, we're probably not going to get an opportunity to look at Mega Blaziken's stats. I could Blast Burn here, but I'm nicer than that. I'm not going to bother you with the catchphrase every time we do this, though, because we're going to be Mega Evolving a lot in this demo. I do like how this demo effectively lets you test out the Megas of all three of the starters, just to see which one connects with you the most, so that when you decide to get the full game, you can pick which starter you like based on, you know, how you enjoyed using them here. Again, I really like that. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, Mega Blaziken. The one that already existed in the original X and Y, but was kind of, well, broken. And this is something else I love about the demo. They reference things that, again, people who played the originals will get, and people who haven't played the originals will look forward to. The Berry Master. Yeah, remember that guy? So if we go down, ooh, we've found a special NPC here. She doesn't always show up. This is interesting. In my first run of the demo, it took me more than 10 attempts to get her to show up. So I guess I was lucky this time. This here is Lycia, a Contest Spectacular Idol, one of the new characters added to the remakes. And Ali is an Altaria, by the way. Huh, have we met before? That's interesting. That's creepy. Yeah, her hobby, what she does on her day off, is sneaking up on Pokemon. Something tells me that should be a crime in some place or another. Okay, that youngster down there, don't make the mistake of thinking he's a trainer. He is the lost kid we're looking for. Unfortunately, sorry guy, we're going to have to leave you for a moment because there's another trainer we haven't battled yet. This encounter theme I mainly remember as playing for swimmers in the original games. And Aroma Lady Rose, I know her very well. I believe she gave you her number. She was one of the people, I believe she was to the east of Moorville City, that little beach over there. There was a guitarist down there, I think that was Dalton. I'm doing this all based off memory, pretty much. But yeah, I'm just getting my nostalgia senses working. Wow, this thing is very low level compared to us, but I'm just going to Burninate it. I don't even need to Mega for this one. Bye, Tropius. Yes, you do seem... Oh, and actually, they don't give 1,200. Well, I guess you won't like Trubbish and Garbodor, then. Now, I'm going to go ahead and see if there are any wild Pokemon around here. Again, wild Pokemon in the demo are kind of pointless because you can't actually catch any of them. And, well, technically speaking, I think it would be possible to actually level up in the demo and train your levels. You would really have no life if you were trying to grind to level 100 in this demo. Like, I mean, really. I bet someone out there has little of a life to have actually tried that. It's technically possible, but your levels get reset every mission, so it's not really worth it. And why am I finding only Ninkadas? I had a feeling there were Tropiuses here somewhere. When is that feature going to show up? You do get to try out a new feature around here. I don't know if it happens if you're just sneaking around or if you walk close to grass. Sometimes stuff shows up in the grass, though. I want to see if I can get something to show. Oh, and of course I let go of the sneaking and I immediately find a wild Pokemon. They all seem to be Ninkadas. Well, I hope that thing does show up eventually, unless it's exclusive to playing the demos several times. I know that I got something like that to show up early on, though, in one of my other runs of the demo. I'll just see if I can get it to show up, but if not, I'll just leave. Again, let go of the sneaking, find a wild Pokemon immediately. I'm actually... Oh, there's a Slackoth here. I'm actually not used to using an actual proper circle pad, because the circle pad on my other DS, which I was using for sneaking in my other game, has been completely ripped off. And no, Smash Brothers didn't do that. I haven't even got Smash Brothers on 3DS. Ripped off my circle pad on my other DS a long time ago. Anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and rescue that guy. So, that would be the end of that mission. So, pretty short. Again, that one thing involving wild Pokemon, I want to see if I can show it off. It might take a little while for it to show up, though. But at least we got Lycia to appear. Again, in my first run of this demo, she didn't show up for quite a while. There is one other major NPC who can randomly show up during quests, and another one, more minor NPC, who sometimes shows up, so I'll be sure to try and show them. Anyway, skip this, and we get the normal thank you for playing message. So, we've cleared the special demo 3 times, and that gives us a set of Pokeballs to send to our full version of the game. Kind of a mundane reward, but hey, it's kind of useful. Anyway, I'll see you for the next mission. So this would be our 4th meeting, and then we receive gifts from Steven, which we can't actually use in the demo. Yeah, it would be cool if we could actually use Pokeballs to catch wild Pokemon during this demo, but no, we can't. Yeah, see, like it says there, you cannot use them. Now let's see if anyone new is in Moss Deep. Aha! We have Magma Grunts this time. Notice anything odd about that dialogue? Yeah, their dialogue is directly copy-pasted from the Team Aqua grunts, so maybe Team Aqua and Team Aqua are not so different as they might like to think. That's really, really weird. I have no idea why they did that, but yeah, their dialogue is just a complete copy-paste of each other. Now, yeah, other people aren't showing up yet, and normally there is another place that people could show up here. Oh yeah, I haven't shown what happens if you talk to this guy. Yeah, this guy mentions Professor Cosmo. I believe that would be the guy who you met in the first mission. So, yeah, this is the only time his name's actually mentioned. So he has to go back to, Fall Arbor? I used to call that place Falibor Town back when I was a kid playing the original game, so I'm going to call it Falibor. But, anyway. There's nothing much to do here except go on another adventure with Steven, so this time we are going to be using Swamperts. The chances of me getting the Aroma Ladies again is pretty low, so hopefully Swampert won't have much to worry about. Now, I really hope this isn't the mission that I think it is. Okay, now this is the one kind of mission that I really don't like, and you might end up seeing why. If you get unlucky, this mission can be over pretty much before it even begins. It's pretty much very easy to accidentally end these kind of missions prematurely before you actually, well, get a chance to do anything cool. Let's see what map we get this time. Okay, we've got the island, and this is annoying because we actually have to go in the grass to... Basically, Steven has to find this Puchiana. And open spaces in the tall grass are suspect. Notice that there's one right there. Hi, Battle Girl. Okay, the new Battle Girl encounter theme is pretty awesome. Speaking of awesome, remember how I said that I love the trainer artwork in this game? Yes, that. Battle Girls look amazing in this game. Seriously, so much better than the Bear Girls of X and Y. Oh, Battle Girls in X and Y look so stupid. Rah, I'm a big scary bear. Anyway. She has a meta type, like most Battle Girls do in the original Ruby and Sapphire. Relatively low level meta type. Now let's see if we can actually show off Mega Swampert's stats. And it is time for 1,000 memes be born. Behold my gigantic arms! I will show you that yes bro, I do lift. Except this doesn't make any difference to special moves. Okay, that's high jump kick. That's a pretty powerful move. Fortunately, Mega Swampert's buff upper body, which is where that attack was connecting, is going to protect him from damage, mostly. So, if I go ahead and check out Mega Swampert here, I don't think I actually got a chance to check the stats of Mega Sceptile, but as we see here, Mega Swampert's got pretty good attack and defense. Speed's a little... Oh, special defense is pretty good too. Speed's a little low, but it has the Swift Swim ability to double its speed in the rain. Yeah, that makes its speed on par with that attack stats. Mega Swampert could actually be pretty good. Anyway, that's all for that. It's pretty obvious that you're better off using physical moves with Mega Swampert. Thankfully, Waterfall has become physical in the transition from Generation 3 to 4. So, that should take this thing out. Bye, Metatide. And if I get unlucky, this could be the only trainer I get to battle in this mission. I do kind of like the victory theme. It's not quite as, well, bombastic sounding as it was in the original Ruby and Sapphire. And I guess I would go anywhere if I knew now. Avoid those... Oh, no. There's important NPC number 2. The chance of me actually getting a chance to talk to him is incredibly low. But let's find another Battle Girl. Laura. I don't remember any of these Battle Girls. Oh, Hariyama. That's actually much better than the other thing. I don't really remember any of these Battle Girls, though. Most of them were around Meteor Falls / Brawly's Gym. But again, I'm going to see if I can do this without Megaing this time. Vital Throw. Somewhat powerful, never misses, but always goes last. You can expect Hariyamas in this demo to use pretty much nothing but Vital Throw. Most of the time they would have been going last anyway, though. They do give a fair amount of experience, as useful, not, as that is in the demo. And of course, she's crying. Your artwork is awesome. And this is the line that I was talking about in the first part of the demo. This line implies that Flash does indeed work the way it used to, and Dark Caves are indeed back. Dang it. Anyway, here is the problem. If you get within 3 steps of a patch of grass, of a empty patch of grass, there is a chance that the Pokemon that you're looking for could pop out and end the mission immediately. I really, really hate this. Let's see if I can... Okay, I can snake around the side. Good. Very good. Gotta be careful, and there is this guy. Now this guy. The Scent of Adventure. He's up here searching for super secret spaces and... Okay, I think I just heard a Pokemon sound. Okay, it's right... And went away. That is the other thing that I wanted to show off in this demo. The fact that the demo actually gives you a chance to experience the new sneaking system, where wild Pokemon can occasionally pop up in the grass and you can sneak up on them. I, of course, wasn't sneaking, so that thing went away. But anyway, that guy, Secret Base Expert... I don't know if it's pronounced Arun or Arune, I have no idea. But, yeah. Let's just see what happens if we go here. There's the Poochyena. And this ends the mission immediately. This is why I tend not to like these missions. Because I've actually had missions like this that end the moment I first step into grass, and I never get a chance to talk to any of the trainers, battle them, or really do anything. It's really annoying. I kind of wish that once you found the Pokemon, you actually got prompted, you have found the Pokemon, do you want to return to Steven and end the adventure, yes or no? Because otherwise it's very easy to prematurely end these things. I don't like this mission type. But anyway, our next meeting, though, is going to be somewhat special. So, I'll see you for that one. Oh wait, we've cleared the special demo version 4 times. As a result, there may be a new face in Moss Deep City. Right then, so hopefully we'll find new people other than the copy-pasted dialogue grunts. Anyway,